You guys hear me? I forgot I had no introductory music, Yeah, come on. The mouth is full of ice. Excuse me. I thought I had introductory music. I forgot I turned it off. Good night, good night, good night, good night. Welcome, 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 welcome. I apologize for the lackadaisical start. I thought I had introductory music, and all of a sudden I realized, there's no introductory music. So I'm live and direct, coming to you live and direct. Good night, good night. Bless up, Drew Ross. Check, 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 check. Can you hear me? No, I didn't know I was on. I thought I was going to play introductory 1.5-minute music, and then all of a sudden I'm feeding my face with ice just before to, soothing the throat, and I got caught on camera. If somebody get caught, sometimes they're behind the scenes. I go. Bless up everyone. Bless up everyone. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Welcome to the Cranky Live Show and to the Balance View Show. We're streaming on both channels. We're talking tonight about see me taking my background. I put on my iPad now. I have a lot to talk about tonight. You see the thumbnail? Ted Dexter, bless up. Vacation, Michael Garden. I eat up everyone first before I start. I know I'm unbeaten tonight, people. I know I'm unbeaten tonight. Me don't know, say. My team got destroyed yesterday. Yes. So get out of your system. Get out of your system. We got destroyed, but we live to fight another day. It wasn't pretty. But I'll say this about that before I go into the Jamaica football. And I'll step too long on that because I've gotten over it. I've moved on. We don't dwell on negativity. We beat negativity. And why am I saying anyway? I hate when people use as a fillers to articulate themselves. Yesterday was very disappointing, but it's also something of one can get some learnings from it. What do I mean by that? So we're trying to win the Premier League title. A lot of people talk about, and a friend of mine, I hope he's on so we can beat him in the public domain. So we're going to win 4 trophies. I didn't think we win 4 trophies because our forward line is atrocious. Saka is making 200,000 a week now. I'm playing like a $10,000 a week baller. Martinelli can't find the money he's looking for on the floor. Trossard has been lost since November. Gokares can't play football. My friend and I were arguing about this. Gokares can't play football. No good. That's disrespectful. Said about a player, he's not good. And he's not getting the service, but he's just not good. Can't play football. And for those of people who say my coach and tell me what play football and my YouTube and know football, they can't talk to me. They can't talk to me. Sorry, can't talk to me. He's not good. Can't play. And Havertz, coming back from injury, good footballer, but not a goal scorer. So in the first 20 minutes, we were okay. After that, but here's the biggest thing about the game. I'm going to finish off by saying this, people. When you're playing a game and you're the coach and you're the manager, you have your assistants, you have to constantly think about how is the opposition doing? Are they doing what we expect? Can we counter them really well? And yesterday, I was cursing my TV. I went on a channel in England, Apollo's channel, and I ranted a bit because I said to myself, if you are pressing me and I can't get out, then I can get out in one of two ways. I can try to play through you, which is not happening, because the press was a very smart press. It wasn't a full-blown aggressive press. It was one of those press which was targeted, which is I stay about 5-6 yards from the 18-yard box. So I have small gaps between the 3 line of defense. Because I know my defense is not good enough to play that highlight line and dominate. Because when I have Ake, and when I have O'Reilly, and when I have Nunez, and Kosanov playing defense, you would think we get at them, but we ain't got no forward line. But the worst thing about it is that my coach never adapted. Martinelli and Madueke should be on the field. You play the ball over the top. The defense have to then drop deeper. It gives you more room to breathe. None of that. Same old, same old, same old. And we miss Eze, but that's why I mean I read Arteta game coaching ability. Good structurally, good when it comes to playing football in a training environment. Good to put you out and structure you up defensively. Offensively, clueless. Clueless. Game changing, decisions, clueless. Substitutions, clueless. From the first half, him take off Trossard and take off even Saka. Because Saka now playing nothing. No. Anyway, we're here to talk Jamaica football. You saw the thumbnail. Bless up. Ricardo is here. He's not getting the service. He's not getting no service. He's not good. He's not good. You can't get him on the service work. So you can't lose the ball. And the ball you play outside the 18-yard line, go wide or left, in turn over the ball. Not good. That's why I'm a championship ball and I go back to Portugal. Anyway. So tonight we're talking about the Jamaica squad. A lot of discussions about who's been left out versus who is in. Now, Whisper is out the squad. And there's a lot of conversation about Whisper being out the squad. A lot of conversation. Whisper was left out initially. And then, because the wingers are interchangeable. Apart from maybe Norman Campbell, I don't see anybody else Whisper should replace. But now that Gray is out, one would think automatically it may be Whisper coming in. And we brought him on Nickyle Fuller, the forward from Tivoli, as the addition versus a Whisper. Now one could say, well, if Whisper is in Europe and it's hard to bring him here, no. Similar with the midfield where Kevin Lambert is now out because he got injured. And we don't see no Ravel, we see Nickyle Ellis coming, right? So given that Demarai Gray is out and a winger and striker comes in, the question is, what is Speed really doing? So we should take a step back and break it down, right? Gray winger out, replacement striker in, that's very unusual. Even though we have seen an unusual situation before where we remember about a number of windows ago, I forgot which player dropped out, and we bring in Jamal Lowe, and Jamal Lowe start against Cuba. And people like Dixon and there. Kind of strange how some decision made. You're not in the squad, you come in, the other players in your position, but you start. So normally it's a change of like for like, right? Similar, we bring out Kevin Lambert, drop out, we bring in Nickyle Ellis. Like for like positions, because you figure your squad is balanced. And you may say the forwards are interchangeable with the wingers. But here's something that people don't know. I was told this a while back. Before we got to say this. The question is going to ask is that, what happened? Where's Whisper? And when something doesn't make sense on the surface, there's usually something very, very deeper. Whisper in Jamaica? Okay. So we get into that. Yeah, I don't think that's the reason. Maybe that can work for Ravel, but not for Whisper. So if he's in Jamaica, that makes it even more interesting that he wasn't called up. Now, let's talk about the attributes of the player. Whisper is a player with some pace, not overly pacey, but some pace, a lot of flair, like attacking intent. He's a natural winger. So logically, if I said Demarai Gray is out, Whisper come in, and I hear a little loud man I talk about name topical. I talk about because somebody sent it to me. I talk about say Whisper, we were a VAR away. Whisper must get us to work up because of VAR decision. There's some credence to that, but there's a lot of reasons why we didn't get to work up already. So you would think automatically that Whisper would be next in line given what transpired. But he's not. So now you have to ask the question, is it form, is it tactical fit, or something else? And I would say it's probably all three. It's probably all three. Tactical fit, form, or something else. So let's explore each of these. Bless up Owen. Let's explore each of these. Think about it. System over talent, trust and discipline, role versus position. Fan thinks it's position. Well, no. Fan thinks it's something else. Some vetted thing. No position. But is that really the case? Right? Is that really the case? The question that arises is, given the contentious relationship between Rudolph and Whisper's people, example, toxic boss, is that also part of the rationale? Right? Is it the old bad mind thing and camp fight against camp? But Bailey get selected, so that kind of negate that somewhat. If you look at a 27-man squad, you have some new additions, we have some omissions, including Nicholson, including Dixon, and Whisper, and Ravel. This squad feels quite intentional. So what is Rudolph building? Because Rudolph has a set perspective as to how he wants to be. Now, Owen is trying to jump ahead. Owen, don't jump ahead, Owen. Owen, stay on his track, stay on track. We'll get to it. So what's the identity of the team? And who are they going to be playing? I think Rudolph is building this team to play against DR Congo. He doesn't want to carry anybody. He wants people who can run our game. He wants people who have some skills. And he wants people who are physically fit. right? So he wants to be structured, he wants to be balanced, and he wants some level of creativity. Because his selections reflect this identity. Now, one may say, well, Cranky, we see some people in there already fit, Do the JPL ballers fit? Does Kadamarti fit? Do some of the players fit? If you're talking about physicality, their performance, they're running certain kilometers every game, how does that work? So here's what I would say. I was told, maybe a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, that Bailey, I'm going to say who tell me, would play the 10 and Gray would play the center forward. I was told this by somebody. Now, to me, I didn't put any credence to it, but my question now becomes, is Fuller coming in to replace Gray as a 9 versus a traditional winger? That's the question. Secondly, the player, Whisper, who's been left out, has had a lot of issues. And I'm going to play something for you, and you should listen very carefully. Right? Listen carefully. Now look at the squad. Let me put the squad up. See the squad there? All the players. Nickyle Ellis coming. Nickyle Fuller coming. We still have the same balance between midfield and forward, except if you look at the forward line, Fuller center forward. But if you look at it, and Gray is a winger, traditionally. But you have Jamal Lowe, you have Mason Clark, you have Cephas, you have Campbell, you have Tyrese. I can play winger. So you have 5 wingers for 4 positions. For 2 positions, actually. Right? Somebody said, Fuller will not see the sea. We don't know that. Now, when it comes to Whisper, and we'll touch Ravel a little bit later, Whisper has had issues upon issues upon issues. And no one admit it. And a lot of issues surround discipline or lack thereof. So, you already gave that interview on that popular channel in Jamaica and said a bunch of things which make you cringe. And you remember before that, when he didn't take a call up because he had a party to go. And even the more recent time that he got called up, I heard a number of stories. Forget about him going to that wanna see. Is wanna see is the issue, part of it. My understanding something happened. I can't talk about it in public domain that he did, which was interesting. So we may say about this rumor. I'm just telling you what I heard. Now let's play this because this is very important. None of you heard the other day. I may excerpt it. This is from Sports DTM, TGAT and team. Go over there and subscribe to TGAT channel and support him channel. But let's play. I want to listen to this carefully because this is talking about certain people. Listen to it. Tell me if you can hear it. Right now, I'm playing. You know I'm playing. Something wrong, people. I don't know what happened. Let me see if we can get it to play. This is not good. I played it today, played. It's not playing. Something happened. Something. I don't know what happened. Hold up. I'm trying to play. I mean, I just remove it and play it offline. I'm not sure what happened. Hold up. It's frozen. Something is wrong here. I don't know what happened, people. I played it earlier. This is so let me just talk about it because I don't know what happened. I pulled it up earlier. I played it. It played. This is Rudolph speed on. I'm still struggling as to why this damn thing isn't playing. Now I'm gonna remove it. I'll pull it back up. See if we can pull it back up and play it. Because I think it's very important. Still not playing. Right, dude. I have no idea. I apologize to a lot of people. I have no idea what happened. I don't want to talk about it. I prefer to play it and you hear it. But it's not playing. That is weird as heck. I played earlier. Maybe it's free to come out and say what speech. Anyway, I apologize to other people. I don't know what happened. I pulled it up earlier. It played. And then now it's not playing. And I'm going to keep trying until it come up. It's a in position change, but we're not hearing any volume. I don't know what happened. Let me try something, people. I apologize, but I can't give up. I can't give up. I said I can't play it without put it on and see if you can hear it through the system. Because I did play today. It played really well. And all of a sudden, it decided to embarrass me in public domain. Where is it? But this is where Speed talked about discipline. That's what I wanted to play. Speed talked about discipline. When you can't hear that, tell me when you can't hear that. Okay, tell me when you can't hear that. When I can't hear that. If not, if I put it up again, try to put it up again. Let me take it out again. I'm playing it on my computer and it's playing, and then when I put it in, it doesn't want to play. Them can't hear it. Okay. If I can't hear it now, and I can't hear it, because me can't hear it either. I wonder what the hell happened. Wow. Anyway, this was a video that I excerpted today, which is embarrassing me now, from Rudolph Speed's conversation with T-God. And what I don't know why it's not, the audio is not playing. I played the other day, played. But what he talked about was this, is that it was about the discipline of the team. He talks about a number of things. One was around players who went partying, I guess subsequent to losing. Players who, when the coach was going out his hotel, some player don't stay at the hotel for the entire team allocated room. And when the coach go walk out that morning early, player walk in. A player who had the confrontation with police, we know they are. So he called out certain players, not by name, and some things they were doing. And this player who's been left out, as you think about some of the things that happened, is one of those individuals. Right? So that was an issue. So Rudolph is telling you that the discipline component has to change, and he's going to change it. And to be frank, most of the discipline or discipline issues are with locally born players. Most of it is locally born players. Because sometimes you get comfortable when you go back home, you know. You have to boot up yourself. Most of it is locally born players. Now, one could say, I think Rudolph was sending a message that's a discipline issue. And therefore, some players can't be 19 unless a discipline change. And when you're a young player, a very young player, a very, very young player, who should be following the elders, and you have boots up yourself, then when the repercussions come, digest them. What Rudolph should have done, since there is so much uproar about the player, is tell the people why I'm not playing, him call him. Now we'll go through their standard, Rabian. Now we'll go through some of the more stats related reasons why you wouldn't call Whisper. By the way, people, I like Whisper as a player. I think the kid has a lot of potential. But I think he's poorly guided. I've said this numerous times. I think he has a lot of potential. He has skill sets you can't really teach. Some players have that, like one of my favorite, Ravel. But sometimes they're also troubled. And unless his behavior change, whether it's club, because I hear things that happen to club too, or in the national team, his career going to be a challenge. He has to change. He has to grow up. And if you haven't been taught the fundamentals, either at home or by the coaches, about how to conduct yourself, then it becomes a problem when you get into a professional environment and you can't be a professional. When you're out in the public domain, in certain social media forum, saying certain things which reflect poorly on you and your club and the national team, it becomes an issue. So when me hear some people run off their mouth, some like a topical man run off their mouth about the play and this and that, and I show topical man actually no, the rationale as to why the player wasn't selected, they're being disingenuous as usual. He's not selected for sometimes probably reasons other than football. But let's go to the football team. Let's see if we can find Whisper stats. Let's see if we can find Whisper stats. Because I think that's important, actually. I think that's very important. Let's pull up Whisper stats. Let's see if the stats justify all this uproar. Now, I know some people are going to say, well, stats don't matter. If stats don't matter, we should don't play football then. No, we never do nothing about informed stats. All right? Nothing about stats. Let me pull this up, people. Now, this is Whisper stats at Leicester. This is Whisper stats at Wester. And what Rudolph and his team are doing actually is they're pulling in all the data from the clubs where the players are. They're looking at how much kilometers they run. They look at what the intensity of their runs are, how fast they run, how much they run, the distance they run. They're pulling because they want runners. Even though somebody say, well, you want track athletes or you want footballer. They want both, but they want to make sure those who are playing can keep up physically because that can cost you games. Now, some people may say, forget about this. You're focused on the player when you come to the national team, and you're a topical man. I talk about, say, boy, some man come to the national team and not play well. So what I talk about? Every national team I know, every national team, no matter where they are, focus on outcomes in terms of stats, inclusive of goals and assists, but the other stats that they look at. If you look at the Whisper stats, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in 9 games, which means 810 minutes possible. He's played 25 minutes. He's played 25 minutes since February 7th. Because the month something they have here is more English than American. So he's played in about 2 months. And he played 810 minutes. He played 25 minutes. He's not playing no football. He's not playing no football. Now, I hear a little man, a little toxic man, I say, him scored 7 goals in Premier League 2, and therefore he's better than Tyrese Hall, who scored, I think Tyrese now have 7 goals in League 2. Let's pull up the stats for the League 2, as the man said. Let's pull up the stats. So we can't find it. League 2 stats. Because sometimes people disingenuous, people. One of the top, the people them lie, disingenuous. Now, here is what's funny about the League 2 stats, people. You know, these stats are for 20, 23, 24, and 20, 25, 26. And if we stop lying to the people, them. Because some people now don't check it out. Them just take the stats and run with it. Some people do them research. So in this year, in 2025-6, the player play 11 games and he have 2 goals. Let me repeat that again, people. In 2025-2026, so that's starting August, he play 11 games and he have 2 goals. So in a total of what? He played 9, in a total of 20 games, he has 2 goals. In total of 20 games, he's played about 515 minutes. Right? For 2025-2026, because he played 490 in 11 games, and even in 11 games he played 490. That average about 40 something games. I mean minutes a game. He now played 90 minutes now. Even in League 2 with the kids, he's playing half of the games, half the minutes in 90. Right? He played 490 over 11 games. So he's not playing a full half. He's playing just less a full half of games, even above his peers and his games, and his peers and kids in his level, at his level. As you can say, him level now at championship, but he not getting no game time. So there's a miss when the coaches look at these. If coaches are being real and look at quality players, and we look upon Tyrese Campbell, and we look upon Mason Clark, and we look upon Norman Campbell, for example, all those players who are playing enough minutes, score goal. The standards that they have and the stats that they look at, whether it's the performance stats or how much you run, or whether it's the actual outcome and output and how much you play, his stats doesn't stand up. So when I look at toxic man come talk about, say, him score 7 goals in the season, I lie him, I tell you no, only 2 goals him scored this season in 11 games. So him play total, him was available for at least 11 when he was at the academy, and another 9 after that. He not play. No, I like the kid. He's a very good footballer. He has quality. But he's not playing no football. And if the standards have changed, if the criteria have changed, if how we make our selection has changed, and you don't fit it, Can't help you. See the numbers, then people, we not make it up. We're not making the numbers. He's not playing no football. Now, you could say, well, then Rudolph also says that if you're training in a certain environment, well, he's training with League 2, Premier League 2, which probably about less than League 2 quality. And then he's training with Leicester, yes. So if I play that well at Leicester, why not get on game? Why get on game? Now, we're going to get to Ravel. We're going to get to Ravel. By the way, people, I just dropped a video on Ravel. I did a video on Ravel earlier this evening. Go watch a video. I was making a case for Ravel. Oh, no, I was making a farewell video to Ravel. I'm not leaving Jamaica again after this. I don't think so. But here's the point I'm making, people, which is this. Whispers discipline don't stand up to scrutiny based on what I have heard and what we have seen. And Whispers stats don't stand up to scrutiny. So what I'm saying? Neither his playing or not playing, I'm not really playing, or his discipline stand up to scrutiny. What would I have to do? Even though I like the kid, I like his ability, he has a lot of talent. He's not playing football at any level. I don't push that football for some boy between January and now. You see what people are spying about how much people score this weekend. Brooks score. Jamal Lewis scored. This person. You can't score when you're not playing football. In fact, as we saw on the stats, he wasn't in the game for a lot of the games. He wasn't in the squad for a lot of Leicester game. Let's fight relegation. They probably brought him in to help and say, you know what, I'm just all right. Exactly, J. Ross. You cannot have no stats, and you lack discipline, and you want to go in a people team. So when me hear people like Toxic Boss, I mean people like Topical, I run off them mouth, and then I have no substance back up them argument, and enough people are run with it. Come and say me like whisper, people. Don't get me wrong, me like whisper. There's a difference between this program, even me talk loud sometimes. It's not about nice people. I boost up myself. Yeah, I boost up myself. Because if you say something, I contradict yourself. I boost up myself. You say this. I just come talk nice. I go into some facts. I go into some stats. I go into some facts. I go into some logic. So I try to. Some little man likes to run them out, and then I don't feel back up with them, I say. And them sound good, because them have no followers, because people them like entertainment. I'm not entertaining. But more, I don't think logically. Because them thought process helping in their life. And look at man who come on around them mouth and don't come up with no substance. They don't do no research. They don't spend no time investing in what them I do. And them, they get all the ratings, which is kind of sad. Say something about the world in general. But when you go say, you make a case of Whisper, you can't make a case of Whisper. You can't. The only thing you can say, you know what, when Whisper come to the national team, him look decent. But then we play against Bermuda and look great. Everybody look against Bermuda, even Cephas. I'm saying I'm going to talk about Cephas now, damn. Everybody look against Jamaica. No Jamaica player no get under 8 against Bermuda. None of them. Midfielder, defense, goalkeeper, everybody gets over 8. Because we look like the best team in the world. And so when we play Creosaur and Trinidad, we start look ordinary. Including everybody. New Wave, thanks a lot for the super chat. I appreciate it. It says, now you can say here can convince anyone. Speed did not select Whisper because of Butler. Countless other players has issues. Bailey, Cephas, and Low. Speed also stated Whisper was not good enough. But here's the thing about that New Wave. Because you're one of the people in your corner too and sitting in your ways. Thank you for the super chat again before I beat you. So wouldn't Bailey be the same? Didn't Bailey say Jamaica can't do nothing for him? Didn't Bailey say a number of things about the JFF? Huh? Isn't Bailey playing football? One thing Speed has been consistent enough. If you play Premier League football, you name team. If you play Premier League football, you name team. You don't care how much you play or you don't play. And he articulate that when he was on some of the channel. I don't know why the damn thing is not playing. I'm so upset about that. He's expressed that view, which is if you play Premier League football, you play. But Premier League 2 is not Premier League football. Whisper, stats, and behavior doesn't justify him being in the team. Now, if you want to select him because he's saying, well, my potential, then that's one thing. And one could say, okay, Cranky. But damn, Fuller? What level is playing? And by the way, people, Fuller stats are not they're not enticing either, people. May I tell you the truth? Me pull up Fuller stats today too. Because one thing we do, people, we just run off a mouth, you know. We come here and we do work before we start run off a mouth. Because we have to have facts to back you up. We have to have substance to back you up. We're not like some people. So look at Fuller. Fuller stats, they're not jump off the page either. What the hell is this? Let me close this. So let's go to Fuller stats. Fuller stats not jump off the page, people. See them here? So he's played 21 games and have 5 goals. He ain't got no assists. Now, he may satisfy the performance stats, him run a lot, and him send him a potential. But if you have played JPL football, may I tell the truth, people? If you have played JPL football, and you are 1 in 4 South Howard, me not impressed. Let me say that again. If you have played JPL football, and you get 1 in 4, and you are center forward, me not impressed. So Rudolph, me don't know you justify this in a Rudolph. I think that some of the local players might just convenient selection. We'll get to Ravel too. A convenient selection. You can't convince me otherwise. You can't convince me otherwise. A convenient selection. Maybe then they're right close to the I might come in now. Because Tyrone Ming, Ellis, Merrick. Me don't know people. Ellis, Merrick, Ming. Me kind of confused. No, I'm telling you, I'm confused. In terms of levels. But if you have 5 goals, and look, there's space for him just scored 3 goals in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games, you know. In the first swap, if you go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In the first 12 games, he scored 2 goals in 1 game. So in 11 games, he scored no goal. Me can't get comfortable with a 1 in 4 striker at the JPL level. That's not a good look. So I don't know how you justify that, and you leave out some people. Me can't justify him over, say, Whisper per se, but also at the end of the day, they play different positions, and we all would agree we shot at centre forward. Now, if Gray was meant to be a centre forward, as I mentioned earlier in the program, if the idea I was told that Bailey was going to be the 10 and Greeley the 9, then Fuller makes sense to be the 9. Right? Makes sense to be the 9. If that was the thought that Gray was not winger, because you see, then put Bailey at midfield, people. No, that's not a chance, you know. I was told Bailey can play the 10. If you notice, when they listed the squad, Bailey was listed in the 9 position. No, I'm sorry, in the midfield position. Because me, I play the 10. That's what I'm here. No. So maybe Bailey play the 10. Brooks play the 8. And Aiden play the 6. That's how we see the team. Then you have on the left, you have Clark Mason. And then somebody's on the right, maybe Tyrese, because they need some people who can play some defense. And then we don't know what play center forward. Maybe a low Kadamatir, but Kadamatir now playing on football. So the team cannot pick itself, you know something, you know. Only defense will pick nothing. Can no Bailey start. But the point I'm trying to make is this, is that neither Fuller nor Whisper stats, to me, justify being in this team. Because the level Fuller plays and his stats are not great. Yes, he's played a lot of football, so at least the performance metrics may work, but the substance metric no work in terms of outcome. But no, Speed is very focused on ensuring that his team matches up to the opponent. That's what it seems to be. At least from where I sit anyway. So for those of you who are crying for Whisper, please tell him to behave himself. That's how I say, cause you know something? I heard somebody say in mentor or in person or manage him say, if you get called, not get called up. People, I'll drink some water first. Hey people, please hit the like button. People, 186 people and 87 likes. Not joke, people. Not even 100 likes yet. Come do all the research. I keep complaining to people. So you have to give up them things sometime, you know. So I stop doing YouTube for a little while. You come in, you do your research, spend all day, do it, and you come. And people come in and then just not even want to like your program so that people can watch it. You can get some views. Yeah, it might kiss my teeth. If you are Whisper, me or your boss, I say, or not your boss, the person who manager say, you can call up in and come. I've always tell my staff, these people, it's very important. You don't stop the world from functioning, you know? Most of us, if not all of us, are very dispensable. We're not indispensable. The world move on. If you think not do good and you not get called up, the only person you hurt yourself, you know? People move on and if you go, Mason Green will now and come. We're not going to play New Caledonia, and if we win, go play DR Congo. We're going to stop not playing on football. Mason much bigger ball than you. And say him now come. Fine, him now come. We keep on ticking. We keep on moving. New York say, I've never heard him say it's not good enough, but maybe he thinks that way. That's a coach's prerogative. I don't think Goker is good enough, but Arteta thinks so because he picks him all the time. People have different views. Rudolph and I differ on a number of players, especially Ravel. Odell, that's a beautiful point, brilliant point. He may be in the JPL next season. He may be in the JPL next season. That's not a far reach situation. I see tapes of Merrick. He looks good, but levels matter, people. Levels matter. You have peace keep telling us that, but we're not listening. Parish president don't want the UK born players, so having a few spots for local come here. Yeah. I think that has something to do with some of the local players in there. And that's not bashing the local players. That's facts. Right? Now, if he said so, then, hey, it's his prerogative. It's his perspective. That's how he views it. How we looking against DR Congo? If it's based on player for player, we don't look good. If it's based on the ball is round, anything can happen, we have a slim chance. But we're not talking about DR Congo. We're not talking about the DR Congo people. Okay. Yeah, Corey Burke is a very good guy, by the way, people. I like Corey Burke a lot. His game may not be where it needs to be, but I like Corey Burke as a person. As I mentioned before, I had a chance to talk to Corey for a long time. When I went to one of those games, and he's just a good, at least from where I sat, from where I engaged with him, just a good human being. I know he's had some issues with some other things, but he just came across as a really good person. So hope he does well in JPL and go back overseas, because no money in JPL. No money in JPL. But back to the Whisper thing. As I said, Whisper stats, neither Whisper stats nor Fuller stats justify them being in the team. It just doesn't. Now, the question someone will ask is, well, who are the alternatives? We don't know, because we haven't done that exploration. Who are the players who have availability and what their papers? Now, I was very pleased this weekend. Some people sent me some videos of Andre Brooks talking about his call-up. And somebody tell me I lied, you know. He said, him talk to the players, them. Andre Brooks, him not talk to nobody. See me I talk about people. Andre Brooks, him not talk to nobody yet. Him get the call, not talk to nobody yet. So people call me liar to me, not to me talk to all the players and talk to the players. Man say not talk to nobody. I name alone. I tell him that right now. But anyway, so me get cussed out about certain things, me have to laugh, you know. Because my source them always good. One thing my source them most time. Because my source them tell me say, Greenwood I come, up to now me I look around the corner, I can't see him. Every day I look for Greenwood. Where him there? Can't see him. I would have a shot man who had there and wool up him at, no Greenwood. Nothing gone. Dix is scoring U21. That's his level. He should score at your level. Right? He should score at your level. Said, based on injuries, the JPL were able to get on the plane at 3 hours notice. They may not be able to play at levels others, but yeah. You need bodies in training, you know, because some of the players will not be able to train. So you need bodies in training. Could call it's kind of hard on people at the last minute. This is not like you in England, you know, where you're playing in Europe, so everything is next door, you know. If you call a player from Europe, and enough travel that, enough arrangement, and you haven't given the players club notice, so you call the player. Unless you can give the club notice and they on standby. If you don't set that up, bless up tougher really, you can't just call a player, son. I say work, you know. If you give club notice, you call the player. So the only player I know we could call, but who probably didn't want to really come at this point in time, and who has his papers is Archer. No, Corey Burke, I go do it, man. Corey Burke, if you watch the program, bless up, sir. In fact, Corey Burke, if you watch the program, come talk once in a while, come up at the program. Meet him out at Dallas. I think it was Dallas, and yeah, good people. Yeah, people say me a liar by you, because I said some people not talk to nobody and say me a liar. And see it? Man say not talk to nobody. I guess it justifies my point. Yeah, I mean, they have an international break. Championship players, yeah, would be on break, but maybe League 2 isn't, and maybe even League 1 actually. Yeah, Corey, I discipline you. Comes across that way actually. Very authentic. I think the thing that jump out at me at Corey is very authentic. Real people. And by the way, for those who beaten Corey when he scored against USA Jamaica, Corey should not be on the field. Corey had a horrendous injury, I think he came back too early, came want to help in country. I don't think that was a good decision by Corey. Had a horrendous injury, was out for the longest time. Still wasn't fit enough, but one come help in country and it didn't work out well. Patrick said, Cranky, these people are idiots. When you listen to them talk, them make it sound like the JPL players are their elite players. But yeah. Any thoughts on the new kit? I don't have any thoughts on the new kit yet. I'm still trying to digest them. Take me a while now. If you grow up on me like fungus. Take me a while on that. But so we have talked about whisper. All I say about the whisper thing is this, is that my youth, if you behave yourself. In life, for you to be successful, you have to understand what the requirements are, what the criteria are, just like we have to do, and live within those boundaries. You can't behave a certain way. In fact, certain talent has been bestowed upon you. You're lucky on the few players who get to play football at a high level for your living. If you don't understand your responsibility, but the problem is you don't have good role models. You just don't. Especially the main one. You don't have good role models. So when you're not a good role model, it manifests itself in the public domain. When you're a public figure and you don't have a good role model and you emulate those individuals, it's not going to work out well. Training people, developing kids is both mental and physical, not just physical. And see, now we do the physical thing and we not do the mental thing. And the more elite they get, the more mental training they need to get. Because they're going to run into situations where they have to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. They have to manage themselves a certain way. They have to deal with adversity. They have to deal with situations where they have to subdue what their real person is, that the personality is, to achieve their objective. Colin Quest, bless up. Colin said, Colin, as usual, thanks for the $20, Colin. Hey, Colin, when you alone me now, when I reach out for YouTube, you know, now until online. But you support the channel all the time, Colin, so bless up. And Colin, I remember Colin support the channel 24/7. Colin said, I don't think speed should be the coach. However, with this level of discipline, I agree 100%. Any player who can conform to reasonable rules should not be called. Hey, I think making an example of somebody a lot of times work, especially high-value individuals who always get people, you know what, to them because they have certain skill set and they don't know how to behave themselves. Dry him up if he's not getting no call, because Brooks is pleased with him call up, you know. Yeah, the people talk when you're international people, it's a big deal, you know, when you're international. You hear them talk about playing one, go to World Cup, when if man in family. The players value people, players do anything for the World Cup, you know, people. Anything. Some players leave club, take less money. Can they play for your club, give them a chance to go World Cup. It's about the pride. It's about the visibility. It's about you, your family, the notoriety, the pride you feel for yourself, your family, and your country. And if you can't behave yourself, and the problem is people, you have people that support the slackness. You have some people who are adults who act like 5-year-olds that support the slackness. And if that's the case, they allow it to fester and to grow. And then you have people in the public domain who are fans who pick side and support the slackness. So even though Rudolph and I have continued to have our differences, and I allude to them a lot of times on this channel, in this case, if the man can't behave himself, then he can't be part of your program. Can't be part of your program. Now the question is he such a difference maker? Because this team don't have nobody panic where you say can't drop apart from Blake, you know? This entire team don't have nobody panic where you can't say, boy, this man is a imperative, him half it there. If you don't play, we all lose. You don't have nobody panic teams, you know, people. Every single person, maybe apart from the goalkeeper, can be left out of the squad. You tell me one person who's indispensable. Some people say Hayden, but as Rudolph said, no, have people in the game cover for Hayden. So almost every single person, maybe Hayden get a little bit of that indispensable component, given the role he plays and how cerebral he is in the role. All of them replaceable. So if you're replaceable, you have to watch yourself. You can't go on like how you run things. Yeah, those are the two. Nobody's not indispensable people. And when Jamal went to keep good, Blake wasn't indispensable because he's better than Blake with his feet. Except the last time I see him keep, me get nervous. Hayden, probably the one person who, I would never have a true replacement. In the Rudolph think he does, he doesn't. I don't know if he's the most intelligent, but he plays smart. He plays smart. And he speaks accordingly to God. Watch his interview. He was very eloquent and very articulate when he was talking about just a lot of different things, inclusive of him playing for Jamaica. He was very unhappy with the field at Curacao. He can't stop that with the mud AstroTurf that them have, and it wasn't even decent AstroTurf. He thought that was a factor. But he also expressed the view that we only lost one game in qualifying, and then before we don't make the World Cup, he thought was crazy. But that's how the qualifying work in this region. Especially given that you have to qualify like two or three rounds, unlike in Europe where you just go through one round. So that's a different thing. So we could survive without him with the right tactics. Yeah. We can't survive without Blake. I think both are important. We didn't survive in Curacao without Hayden, You don't realize that? Hayden didn't lose a game. Has Hayden lost a game with Jamaica? Hayden hasn't lost any game with Jamaica. When Hayden has played, we haven't lost any game. I don't think we have lost a game with Hayden in this team, Hayden didn't play the Gold Cup. Hayden didn't play against Curacao. You guys remind me, have we lost a game with Hayden in the team? I don't think so. I don't think we have lost a game with Hayden in the team. So when you talk about indispensable, I don't think so. We played Curacao without Hayden. He was on a yellow card. He didn't play the Gold Cup. Okay, went back to England. Oh, a US. Okay. Okay, maybe US, yes. Good night.
Frankie.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I just want to correct you. Only one game Hayden has lost while he was playing for Jamaica.
Oh, Alex, this. Yeah. Somebody mentioned a 4-2 loss to US.
Yeah.
The worst thing about that, I was at that game actually in St. Louis.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe it get out my mind because we were destroyed in the first half when they were up 3-0.
Yeah.
And the coach was still like a madman. Now do nothing. Me watch Robinson run wild and Maggie now mark nobody. And for them, I'm gonna make Robinson play the inverted. I mean, they're cursed with everybody around me are US people. I mean, they look at me like me a madman. But go ahead. The floor is yours.
Yeah, but if you watch Aiden, like every game that we played, like with him playing on the pitch, especially at Honduras, even the game at home against Curacao, we never lose. The one that went to Trinidad, we never lose. The only game that we really lose was the Curacao game when he was not playing. So when Hayden's playing, it's a big difference. The team really lose.
Yeah.
I don't know if you agree that. I don't know if that's a stat so people need to look onto, but I don't know. But
no, look, certain players add value to the team, right? Certain players play a certain role and play their role really well. He's not the most mobile player nowadays, but he's very cerebral. He knows when to break up play or know when to start the play, when to break up the play. Do it simple, yeah.
Yeah, so I think when he plays, I think he makes the team play a lot more better. But we don't lose. So him being there is a pivotal. He's one of the most important players on that pitch, Cranky. Other than Blake, but I think when we playing with him, we really lose. So that's a plus. I don't know if it were gonna work, but
Congo's a different team, and he's gonna have a challenge against Congo because you have to increase his output.
You know some really watch Congo team and me I break them down, Cranky. Me not really see them create any chance on midfield. It's mostly like set play or then wings and create chances from. They don't have an out and out creative midfielder. They just have tackler in a midfielder who can tackle the ball.
What do we struggle with? What we struggle with? We struggle with keeping the ball.
Yeah, but they don't keep the ball they don't keep the ball.
No, but I'm saying we struggle with keeping the ball and it's a very good defensive team and they run harder than us. Then it could be challenging for us, right?
Yeah,
but we should talk about New Caledonia. We should talk about DR Congo.
Yeah, but
no, it's not New Caledonia. It's not DR Congo conversation. We're too ahead of ourselves.
Me personally, my opinion, I think we're gonna qualify. I know you don't think that, but I think that. I'm fully 100% there.
I think we have a very low percentage chance of qualifying.
I know you're gonna say that. A lot of people are gonna say that, but I think we're gonna qualify based off how I see everything, and I know I know. If we just play do what I'm supposed to do and play then do what I'm supposed to do, they will qualify, Kanki. I'm telling you right now. No, not for true. They're gonna qualify. Mm-hmm. But when look at the last 3 times we play African opponents, we never really lose to them like on a 9 line. They beat us bad or beat us on 90 minutes or whatever. The last time we can say Cameroon, we went to Cameroon with the local base squad. We beat them we draw with them 1-1. The last time, and then we play against Nigeria, we drew with them 1-1, 2-2 in a Unity Cup. I wouldn't say that we play bad against African opponents. Yes, I agree that Congo run hard, cranky hard. They play hard, but I just think that Jamaica have what it takes to beat them. And beat New Caledonia too.
Somebody's asking the question, maybe you can answer this, which is, does the location give the Jamaica any advantage?
I think so. Because they rarely travel on this side of the island. The continent, they only mostly travel to Africa and play African opponents. I think that would have a big booster. I don't know. What you think, Cranky?
I am very concerned about any team that can beat Nigeria and hold them to less than, say, 2 goals. Is that difficult?
Okay,
Nigeria is loaded with talent and Cameroon. Wait, no. I know Nigeria them beat them. They beat Cameroon too.
But if you watch the game, you Cranky, I say them beat them, Cranky. If you watch the game, Cranky, you say, oh, them beat them, Cranky.
They beat them no matter. They beat them no matter if Nigeria on the better side.
And boom, get chance after chance after chance. So if it
they still win the game. Still win the game. When Jamaica play Curacao, we get chance. We get about 5 chances to get Curacao at home.
And then when they play against Argentina, Nigeria. Nigeria ball them, but you one chance for them.
Yeah. Nigeria
one chance and get with the unit Ella. You know, play. I don't think they can call
but Wissa didn't play that game.
No, Wissa didn't play. But a mistake. Indeed, make me then get the goal. Indeed, put a platter for them, Cranky, for them score. So if you say
that's a good thing for Jamaica. Maybe the stars are lying for Jamaica too. To get an easier team and pay them.
Yeah, but if you cause I think out of Cameroon, Nigeria, would you prefer Congo out of all 2 of them, Cranky?
Yes, you would prefer Congo. Yes.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, Cranky, they're good, different, and Congolese fans. They think they make it already, Cranky. They think they already make it. Yeah, they think they are the book hotel and they up the Cranky. That's not how football work, Cranky. Me and you know, football don't work. And if you check, we have more the higher players, highest on the top 20. If you're gonna say top 20 league in the world, we have more players than them in the top.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Yes, Cranky. I tell us what you do. Cranky, I tell us, Cranky. Me and King then.
Well, okay. It depends on what top 20 league you're talking about. Because top 20 is not. Say top 5 league. Do we have more in the top 5 league than them?
Cranky, but
top 20. Wait. We said top 5. You the championship. We have no play in that championship. We know that. Right? Most of the players them in that championship. Right? And championship in the top 20. But if you're top 5 in that league, none of them play in France, you know. Apart from Wissa and Wan-Bissaka, about 3 of them play in the Premier League. I don't think we have more than them, man, in terms of top 5 league. We have one in the top 5 league.
I disagree, Cranky. I'm going to do a King show. I
had the list. I look on the play. Let me do it. I have the list. Somebody send me the list.
Okay.
Yeah,
but you have to take out some white people on the list because you're not going to see, no, Ella not going to them big star midfield and most of them in injury. You're going to start Twanzebe being just now playing a game just to come back off an injury. These are absentees and a big.
I thought the Twanzebe was injured. Isn't he injured?
Yeah, but they call him up. Call him up. But I don't know what happened with that. So I don't know what really but some of them key players out of the team are missing. And some of the players are not getting a lot of game time to Cranky. I think you need to do an analysis on that. The game time on their team, they don't get a lot of game time. Wizards not get a lot of game time. Mbuku not get a lot of game time. Tia Bondongo not getting a lot of game time. And these are the star players, Cranky.
Yeah, but as Speed said, then training a big side and was ready.
I feel like Speed, I'm here, Cranky. Speed masterclass. I'm here. Speed will just give them a ram ball like what Diego Simeone do.
I don't know what's going to happen in the game, right? If we beat New Caledonia. Because I keep telling people, me not jump ahead, Not care how that side look.
Cranky, me a jump ahead, Cranky. Me a tell a no. Alex, I tell him, no. Write it down on screen record it and people that first pin it. Me said the team I qualify, got work up. Okay. When I ask you, tell me.
We all would love this, and we all also, I would probably stop doing YouTube because if we would have qualified, me have come up for YouTube.
That's what they say?
I never said that myself. I think we'll come up on YouTube, we do qualify. We can't talk to him again. We can't talk to him. We cannot talk to him at all. Nobody can talk to him. We always walk in the ear and nobody can see him. Just walk in the ear and just look up at the
sky. What think about the whole Whisper situation though? Like,
I think Whisper need to grow up. I think
the right thing the coach though.
I don't know if it's the right thing he did. I don't know what all the circumstances are, but I know between what I see in the public domain, what I've heard, and Whisper stats, He's not a guarantee to be in the squad. He's just not. Do I like the player ability? Yes. Do I like what the player portrayed to the public? No.
People are big, so they can't people are cussing and say things.
They can't cuss and big all they want. The man picking team already. What am I doing? Me cuss and big, but Ravel, the man tell me go buy it up on something. Nah, pick Ravel. So go to yourself and move on. A theme prerogative, a theme team. I am all be held accountable. But them like it or not, if we don't qualify or if we don't even play. So we don't qualify, but we play well. He'll get some kudos, but if we don't play well and we don't qualify, then I forget some beat, man.
I qualify, man. On the radar speed. Anyways, cranky. I don't for another people for calling.
Yeah, man, Alex. Thanks for the call, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And good information about the Congo teams. You've been doing your research. I know say you focus on them things, you know.
We focus on them, man. When it come close to after Thursday and when we beat New Caledonia, a game more, we have to break it down, cranky.
Yeah. Why do you show up on that, man? Maybe you can come on and do a show up on that and talk about the play. I mean, I really know I don't know all the Congo players. I know some of them, I don't know all of them. So.
Yeah, but they don't call up all players. When them players in Chapoto, they call all third division players playing in French division.
Then we know call people from JPL. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but people
we have 4 people from JPL 19.
People are cuss about that and they might say, when I play them, I call up the Belgian national team called Ngoy. Deserby, that the coach never call him, and Charles Mbemba tell him to go which party out there, and he would play centre back, and he would good enough. So Charles Mbemba telling that because Charles Mbemba was saying game time they'll get take away because they look you good. And with the Congolese people must say on Twitter still, you understand, man? I said they play now get a lot of game time, all them go match Jamaica fitness, but we think they're far fit. So we don't know.
No, but they're as we've been told by some, they're training, right? Because you're not playing doesn't mean you may not be fit. But you don't have a chance. But they can't replicate game time anyway. So
match fit different from train still.
Yes, I agree.
Match fit different. You understand me? My rather players match fit than actually say you're fit cranky. Because if you're in a match fit cranky, you got somewhat we are tied out in the game cranky. Because you not run 90 minutes at a regular basis.
Yeah.
You understand me? But after Thursday, we're gonna do breakdown still cranky. Oh, another thing too. When them play, they like to push the wing back up high. One Basaka love go high and Masawaka love go high. So if you can find the ball in behind of them,
yeah,
we can create some chance for ourselves. But Jamaica will get chance in a game, cranky. It's where if you take the chances, then where you get.
All right, Alex. Thanks a lot, sir.
All right.
Bless up. Good night. Hello,
cranky. Chicago, man.
Gary, how you doing?
Yeah, man. I was trying to call earlier for me and daddy match when we quarrel when we lose it here now assist and score the game.
Yes.
Let me ask you now, cranky. Me I study radar speed. And radar speed make a smart move with this selection. He knows our fitness and longevity. I go run in 2 games. Yeah. Who got the most fitness? I go control a game and win the game. Yeah. And he pick players with inform. Me don't watch the one where them picking up and me know so them don't up to the standard of what I go on. But I'm number them make up. Remember me tell you that.
Okay.
And yes, and whisper him going on the wrong road. In career gonna go one side. If you just humble, focus, I'm glad saying don't come and focus and train and get real fit to make even Leicester to the side and making career go up. And that is your focus pan. He want focus to come Jamaica and come and show off for everybody. That can't work, brother.
Yeah,
Right?
here's the thing also where people gotta be smart. If you are his handlers, because you hear the man come out and run off his mouth and I compare and I criticize, you should be thinking about, you know what? As you're alluding to, which is we should get Whisper as much game time as possible. Suppose or remote, even if remote Jamaica qualify for the World Cup, does he put himself in the best position to be selected? Does he comport himself a certain way? Does he behave a certain way? Does he show that he has some remorse?
No.
Or he must stay the same and the man must say, you know what? I can't bring you in because you're going to be too disruptive.
All right, I'm going to show you something where I see. I don't know if you see it. Is it funny I met the hope of courage with Leon Bailey? You see that happen again, he come like Leon Bailey put him in place and he look like Leon Bailey going to left him if he make that mistake again.
Are you talking about toxic boss?
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
Leon Bailey with the manager.
Yeah.
You see everything different now. You see everything quiet.
Yep.
Make sure tell Leon Bale if he don't come. And that if he do. But he mess up Leon Bale in that time. So he learn. And he come like Leon Bale must tell him, so watch I can get some good training and tell him, so watch leave out of business. So you see what happened now? Leon Bale, to me right now, it look like him not different. I don't hear him boss I make no whole heap of noise about him anymore.
Right. Yeah, I mean...
I see something going down. It's like him want him. Because he almost mess up in contract and everything.
Yeah, I don't know what the situation is there. I don't get into those things, but what I would say is this, is that the advice he's given to Whisper or the way he's come out in the pulpit, I mean, sometimes managers are trying to support their player. And they're going to support their player. Nothing wrong with that. But there's a way to do so.
Exactly. As a young youth, you have a lot of opportunity. You have more time for Jamaica. You don't fit. You don't. Just relax and try to get yourself focused in your club.
Yeah.
Move to a different level. So we have picked this team now cranky with the stamina in a hit. You pick a lot of stamina. No people will come as baggage. If we don't have enough minutes, don't well fit, can't run 90 minutes, 100 and odd minutes.
Yeah.
So right now, I never really be a fans of real speed, but the way in going towards this football group and everything, him look like somebody really up to the standard to pick a team like the rest of the world. I pick a team just like Ancelotti decides Lil Mar don't fit enough to come here yet. I saw with that speed I do it. That give him an opportunity to win. Discipline will carry you through the world. All people always say, you have manners, boy, you get through the world, don't you?
Yeah.
I hate with that, and that's why I love him for that. If he lose to that, I love him for what him do. He show everybody what him do. You can't pick people, brother. That's why Jamaica side used to be in time 90 minutes coming up, can't lose the game, you know. Because half of them don't fit. Half of them drunk.
Yeah.
You see me as a Kanky, when you carry fit people, well, all machine up here over 2,000 minutes. I don't know if you even hold out the game.
Well, at least he selected people who are running up. Huh?
In bigger than Nickyle Anthony? No. And he left.
Yeah.
Ravel Morrison left. A lot of good players left. No. The football team really have some fire machine now. So really young fire. We have fire. And I look forward to it. He might put a good fight. Anyhow, we got, if we win this game, we'll come here. Here, I miss how them play. Congo in a trouble. Jamaica always play against good African team. African team have a tendency to kick and run down and run up all both time over a place. African team all over the years always have good team and they don't reach nowhere.
But then we said the same thing against this zone we're in for the World Cup qualifiers with Trinidad. Huh? Then we said the same thing about the zone we're in with Trinidad, Curacao, and Bermuda. Then we say it was a soup zone. And we all walked, and we win our first 2 games, so we're in the driver's seat. And we didn't go to the World Cup, did we?
Let me tell you something. You know, so me didn't know, so when I go to the World Cup, after I play first 2 games,
why?
After I play first 2 games, I mean, see the man change the side and come like he don't know what I do. Me know so whenever I reach again. You can't have a cohesive side, start winning, brother, and defense and everything, and you switch up. No coach don't do that. And for me, see man do that, I say to me, listen to one England program where they say, McLaren then got the best England side and he couldn't qualify for Euro. I say, he done right as so. He done right as so. Every game he change a different side all when he don't know what I do. And could tell me, say, come on, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
have a good night, brother.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Gary. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, man.
Right,
the rules and regulation and the strictness,
yeah,
carry speed too.
I hope so.
All right,
bless you. Thanks, Gary.
All right.
I was Gary from Chicago. He's a supporter of speed, and he believes that we're going to make the World Cup. You know, one thing about Jamaica, when it comes to them sports, they're very optimistic, I must say. Very optimistic. And it's a good thing to be optimistic. Because the one thing you have to hold on to now, the way things are go, and the one thing you have to hold on to. The one thing you have to hold on to. So, dear, I go have them over man on the sideline. Maybe that's a good thing, because I don't believe in a wobia. But we did say it was a soup zone. Not we. Certain people say it was a soup zone, and the soup turnover. Bless up, good night.
Good night, brother.
How are you doing? Who am I speaking to?
I'm good. Confident.
Confident is calling back. Bless up, confident. What you say?
Well, go on, brother.
There.
Yeah, man, I like you. You don't know me like your team already, but you know me want to call in for say, brother, all you think about a formation, done with the negative whisper and them thing. Them don't know make his side already, they can't go ball.
I think you're gonna play for. I think you're gonna play 4-3-3.
Vibes now. You see,
Yeah, man.
vibe more we preach for the thing than and put some positivity on Jamaica team. What you think about a 4-3-3 to where they work in Nigeria?
Yeah, I'm play 4-3-3, man. He doesn't have enough defenders to play five at the back anyway. You don't have enough defenders.
No, man, I not say 5-man, 4.
No, I know, but I'm saying he doesn't have enough defender to do that anyway. So I'm gonna play 4-3-3.
You don't have enough defender.
No, not enough quality defender to play no 5 at the back. Nah, sir. I'm gonna play 4-3-3.
No, man, that Mr. Man 4-3-3.
Yeah. I'm gonna play 4-3-3. That's what I'm gonna play.
Yeah, but I love a position there, you see, because you see, when I notice, me that watch Congo a Nigeria player. I'm watch Jamaica a Nigeria player. I'm watch what their name? I forgot an African team their name. And when I notice Nigeria Congo have a hard player with their squad set up like that. Right. Them got a more difficult play when them play with a upward and we set up 4-4-3. So me think that are the best thing for going it with. And the next thing I would want you know what you think about. What you think about starting the new player them?
I think 2 of them will start.
2 of them that are Efren and Tyrese.
Yeah. No, Efren and Brooks. Brooks will start, man.
Brooks. But I love Efren there and I miggle for him, Tyrese there and I miggle for him skill.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think
we can, you see Tyrese him can dribble in a tight place. We want a playmaker like that in a miggle where can go through the middle some tight position. Cause if you notice Congo, that's how Congo play close. So we need a man in a middle where can go through some tight 2-man. And when we look from Tyrese, cause for about 2 weeks now, me I watch the ball of them. Yeah. And the ball of them when them call, me think of him, it them for drop in a attacking midfield. You see it, I'm starting with Ephraim. You see it, make Ephraim feed him on the middle and him, then the middle where feed him, either any power them use.
I think he'll go more senior people. I think Tyrese has a lot of potential. I think he's 20, very young. I don't think he's gonna throw him in right away. He may get some minutes later on the first game if they are comfortable. But if I wouldn't be surprised if I see a team where the middle is Hayden, Brooks, and say Bailey or Palmer, and then we have Efren Clark on the left, Jamalo in the middle, and Tyrese Campbell out wide, or maybe you put Bailey on the right, which he normally plays, and play Palmer in the middle. But I think I see, given them put Bailey in midfield, they're gonna play Bailey in the 10. They probably put Tyrese Campbell out wide and Efren Mason Clark on the other wing, and play Brooks and Hayden. I wouldn't be surprised to see a team like that actually.
So you think Bailey are gonna be striker?
No, the number 10, where Tyrese normally play.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think they want people who can shoot in front of goal. Bailey has a very good left foot, and he likes to dribble, and he's tight. So if he can get the ball, get some room, and be able to fire his left foot, hopefully he can do something. Or it also helps defensively because he doesn't track back well. And if you have people on the outside playing, you need somebody going to run all game between Efron and Tyrese versus a Bailey who struggles tracking back. Just like Gray would have if Gray was here. You can hide in the number 10 spot and not defensively. You can't hide on the wing. It's very obvious.
For real.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Bailey played the 10, even though that's not his natural position he normally plays. You play him the 10 and you play Tyrese one wing and Efron the next wing. You have a very balanced team. They play Efron and Tyrese play both ways.
I worry about. Me not see no bad. Me not see no real good player we can dribble close, different from Tyrese. Like the wingman them where speed get, me like them wingman there. But like you tell me, say Tyrese kind of young.
Yeah, Tyrese is 20. He's 20.
That kind of makes sense. But me I wonder like how the experience we him got.
Yeah, but remember, this is his first year outside the academy now, and he's playing in League Two. And he started off the season on a bunch of fire and started off on fire in the beginning of the season. And he's trailed off because I'm sure he's playing so many games against physical players, probably take a lot of him, right? He started off, he was like 6 goals and 2 assists very early in the season, and then he fall off. Now he's coming back and get more minutes. So they reduce his minutes, now they give him more minutes. He's very skillful, he's highly rated. But I would think that a Palmer, who's playing well and scored last weekend, a Bailey, who can be very good in front of goal when give the opportunity in that 10 position. And then you have Brooks, who can run all game, and Hayden being the conductor from behind. That, to me, would be the most potent in terms of the midfield and the best balanced midfield that we could have. Now, some people would say Bailey should be on the bench. I wouldn't complain about that either. But I think he'll play him.
Yeah, I figure check out Palmer where you say and see him skill set. Because I don't know nothing about him. I make me worry.
He's a decent player. He's a decent player.
Yeah. Differently than me think a team, all right, man. I just negativity if he cut out, you see, because whisper.
Well, look, I think himself. Well, we're not doing anything that any country doesn't do, right? If you go to Brazil, if you go to England, I'm gonna give you an example. Here's a perfect example, people. And you should think about this too. So England didn't select Trent Alexander-Arnold, right? To play right back. It's like Livramento, young kids to play there. Reece James is injured. Trent is playing for Real Madrid, one of the top football teams in the world. They just destroyed Man City, who just destroyed my team. And now the coach has to call somebody in to replace one of his right back. He called him Ben White. We ain't playing no football. He didn't call Trent. And the reason why he didn't call Trent is because Trent doesn't fit the profile of what he considered to be a fullback, a person who play right back or left back. He doesn't satisfy that criteria. Everybody keep talking about Trent's ability to pass the ball. Nobody's talking about his defending, when his primary job is defending. So coaches have certain criteria and certain things that they want in a player that satisfies the role that they want him to play in their squad. And if you don't satisfy the role, no matter what prominent you are, no matter what you've been doing, sometimes even your club team, no matter how far you run, I'm still not pick you.
But it's the same thing in Brazil right now. Neymar don't get picked for the team. And every Brazil fan, they think that Neymar will get picked. But when you listen to the coach say you're not 100% fit.
Yeah, and he still have another.
And a Neymar that where everybody had. Me love how Neymar deal with it. Him just make you know say him peace and disappointed. But you know see him say him go cut him and say him go put in work.
Yeah, and look, Neymar is a quality footballer, but he also has a lifestyle challenge or problem. If Neymar took the foot, a lot of Brazilian players, whether it's from Romario days to Rivaldo, through Ronaldinho, through all of them, through some of them were Neymar, the ones who are major stars, they have other issues outside of football that contribute to their decline much earlier than they should be. So they finish at 30. 30, they're basically done. Go back and check. 30, those stars done at 30. Because their lifestyle is not conducive to them having longevity. So for Neymar, he's been focused on the money too much and not focused on his football. And it has manifested itself in terms of where he is now playing in Brazil. When look at, you can't use Ronaldo and Messi as the example, but there are other players out there who's playing into early 30s, mid 30s and still doing well.
Yeah, but what may I say now? Use him done for to blame nobody. They hear him say, I'm going to work harder. You see, so that is what I love about him, you see. where you know so okay, him gonna make the team, but him now gonna cause no problem in the team because him not make the
Well,
team.
you
So
don't
I love
hear.
that.
Here's the thing you don't hear a lot too. You don't hear Neymar people coming out because that is his agent and saying all this negative thing in the public domain. I'm trying to bite them tongue and let it sort of work itself out. Because they understand that Brazil have a lot of alternatives. Jamaica doesn't have much alternatives. Brazil have a lot of alternatives. There are a bunch of Brazil players who won't get picked in their World Cup squad who probably deserve to be there than some of the players and even Neymar. But
Brother, pray
yeah,
behind speed and the team, brother, and just hope for the best and just say, yo, no go out and give it the best. And if we go, you see, if we don't make it, then we can cuss him. We can slaughter him. But right now, I just positive vibes and just make him and them my ear in the lack of good vibes. Make it, you get what me I say?
I totally agree with you. But we have to flush out. We have to flush out the nights first before we get to that. So today a nice flush out night, and tomorrow I just that we are deal with. But this come up, so you can't ignore it, right? The fact that they put in Nickyle Ellis and Fuller when they're two locally JPL players, when Fuller is not a winger and Silva is a winger, it engenders conversation. See, you people talking about trend.
Them cause between themselves, cause between me and you, me feel like him Demarai Gray, him that get call if the whole saga then go on and him go make him speech and thing. But it's like
you mean Whisper, not Demarai Gray.
Yeah. Whisper Whisper.
Yeah.
Sorry, him that get call, but because the whole thing, him want me still kind of say. Speed for just be a bigger man and say, all right, me call him, but you still can't wrong him because of vibes. You don't know if that the right vibes are going to bring in at the team. So, who me blame Potter? That's why me say him Whisper and him father, come listen to him father, and him father sound like he got his head pan him body. You see it, and him father, I blame the management for certain talks. So him father for fire that man and look for a better way for him son head in the future because he's a good baller.
I don't know if his father have the ability to fire anybody. I don't want to touch that, but they might have to figure that out. That's between them.
No, man, I know you are saying, man, I just want your listener say, man,
okay.
yo, me feel, you see it, say, yo, I just them need to just fire that the man there and get a good worker where can know, say, yo, the man can work professional, because Jamaica, we deal with things too much in a bandole and badness, and back in the days that football gone from professional level and stats. And a friend thing put you in a football no more. And a link put you in a football no more. That are back in the days, brother. Jamaica need to grow up from that, brother. You know, every country in the world, that's why I call Neymar. Neymar a big name, big baller, and his name can't get him in Brazil. So who is Whisper? Who is Whisper?
Well, but
brother, go follow the tradition of FIFA. You have to do good for your team. And then the national team say, yo, I want a youth, the man, we call in a youth there. But if you don't do that, don't expect no call, brother. Don't care much time you do things, brother. No care, brother. That means you're not depend on farm now. That's what it simple means. Nobody's not saying you're not a good baller. You don't say you're not depend on farm. You come like a mango tree. You're not there in a season now. Right now you are blossom. Wait till you start. Fruit come. Then we call you and say, yo, yeah man, a fruit they look good, a tree they look good. Right now you're not blossom, brother.
I hear you, Carl. All right, sir. I hear you. Well, let's hope
yeah, man,
blossom.
guidance, brother.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the call. Bless up.
Bless up, brother.
Yeah, man. Interesting calls tonight. Man said, father for fire, which father realize in the father can realize say father can fire the other person. The other person a real father. Yeah, if you know the father is a real father, different father this. Man, that's him father. Man, the other people. Him father come across reasonable. Right? Richie come across reasonable, cerebral, balanced. Yeah, that man just enough. Man said, Crank, who's dropping the topics? Call your speed. I think what Speed said is they're all involved in doing this. So I would, you know what's funny about all of these people? You know what's funny about all of this? Even the coaching ranks, we're going local. Let me say this again, people. I understand this enough. Even in the coaching ranks, we're going local. So if you think about the coaches that are supporting the team, you have Aaron Lawrence, right? Goalkeeper coach. You have Miguel Coley, who is probably the assistant coach, one of the assistant coaches. You have Speed. And then you have Anderson, who was at Arsenal. No Speed mention him, and people just going passing. And I think I've heard Anderson speak already. Very articulate. But nobody not talk about Anderson, people. I know Anderson come from pedigree in terms of Arsenal, and I support the coaching staff. Nobody talk about, I'll be here, but I local coach them. When you know about Aaron Lawrence much, but I goalkeeper coach. But I'll be here about Miguel Cole, Miguel Cole, they don't know pro license. But you know about Anderson, people. Why is that? It's like if we just want to talk about local ball, unless the overseas ball of them big time, we don't want to talk about them, and we don't want to talk about Anderson, man, to influence decision and their coaching staff. We don't understand people. Up here, Miguel called me a year about it now. It's like Anderson exists. Donaldson? Okay, Donaldson. Why name Donaldson? Maybe I mix up his name. Donaldson. Yeah. But it look like him not exists. So if I'm a big coach from Arsenal, I'm here to talk about some youth program one time. But if they bring in a big name coach, or a big profile coach, or a big resume, but you have a big name, but when you know nothing about him, I don't understand how that works, people. I'm going to tell me, I don't understand. I didn't watch the entire, I watched a little bit of the interview. I was busy. I did hear Richie on there. And Richie comes across really, really well, people. But I know someone that said that Richie was in the Middle East. Was he in the Middle East? Oh, he come out of the Middle East. And he was there doing some scouting course or something. Good night.
Hey, good night, Frankie. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How are you doing? Who am I speaking to?
Issa.
Issa. How are you doing, Issa?
I'm not bad. I'm not bad at all, man. Yeah, tune in.
Yeah.
You hearing me well?
Yeah, I'm hearing you well, yes.
Okay, cool. I just want to weigh in on the whisper omission, you know. To me, Frankie, if I'm being honest, I don't have a problem if he made it, and I don't have a problem if he did it. And currently, you know, the coach laid out his criteria and his explanation was true to me. You know what I mean? Because Whisper is not doing much to help his case, whether on the field and off the field. And the coach, you know, told about, you know, picking this team, you know, statistics were very important. And he said if it's close between him and another player, certain other things they will take into consideration. And that is nothing new in coaching. I mean, coaches do that all the time. It's not only about your on-field performances when it comes to professional football. And as we say, if he can't trust you, and if it's close between you and somebody else, he's gonna pick the player who he trusts. You know what I mean? And I mean, nobody can disagree with an explanation like that. I mean, doesn't that sound fair to you?
Yeah, it's very fair. It's very fair.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't see why people are up in arms, you know, about the omission. Yes, some players who were in the squad allegedly are injured and are out. And the coach just have to do what he feels is best for the team. You know, so Whisper didn't make it, even though he's in Jamaica, I don't have a problem. And as I say, he is not doing enough for himself on the field and off the field. That's why you have to look at it. If Whisper was doing enough on the field, Cranky, I feel he would have a greater shout to make the team. But you're not doing enough on the field, and then off the field, you have other things where weigh you down. So I don't think it is fair to say, okay, we don't like him and this, that, and the coach's reasons are so valid and they are fair. You understand? And if I could send a message to Whisper, focus on the football. Play some football. Leave the other things alone. All the off-the-field issues that you have going on, and the bag of talking and this, bro, left that alone. Go play some football and make a case on the field. You see, if you never have them off-the-field issues you have to deal with, you could be in the squad right now going to Mexico. You would have on the plane right now heading to Mexico. You understand?
Yep.
But you have too much things going against you. You're not on form, you're not playing a lot of minutes. You're already behind the 8 ball, and then when you come with these off-the-field things, it just make it worse. You play the T-Gat interview, and we know Mr. Speeder is talking. You don't want to throw any player under the bus, really. You don't call any player name, kind of trying to protect the player. And the more people come and talk, You probably force people to expose some of the things that the coaching staff and all of those people around the team are trying to protect and keep a secret, Cranky. Because there are things that the players are doing that people don't know about. And they're just trying to protect the reputation of the players and keep everything good, nice. But the more you come and talk the nonsense and act like these players that have been left out don't have off the field issues that are holding them down, you're going to make people come now and talk things where it could have been hush and leave and deal with that in-house. You understand what I'm saying, Cranky?
Yeah.
I know that the coaching staff is trying to protect these players and their reputation. But the more people come and spout nonsense and make it look like say it's these people have a right to the team, bro. The coach say what I'm saying, and talk about the on-field, and talk about off the field, and it sounds fair, and leave it at that. I'm telling you, they're trying to protect these players with not letting out everything where you see the play them are going with. So they just leave it at that, people. All right? Thank you, Cranky.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, look, I think tomorrow night we won't spend any time talking about anybody who's out of the team. We'll just focus on who's in the team. By the way, people, if you've come to the chat and you haven't hit the like button, please do so. We're trying to get as many people as possible to watch the show. I would say that the two players who have generated the most interest, and only one have generated this side of excitement about not being a team, is Whisper, which is really interesting because Whisper wasn't getting much minutes in the national team. 10 minutes here and there, but he didn't do badly when he came in the game. Ravel hasn't had this same amount of interest expressed more vocally and vehemently, but Ravel, to me, Jamaica could use Ravel. I just dropped a video on Ravel this evening. It's a historical video, but just trying to impart to people the profile of the player. And even though he's 33 now and past his prime, I still think in games like this, we're going to be pressured defensively. And you need somebody who has certain skill set. Ravel should be in the team. When you see Messi play nowadays, when you see Busquets play, when you see Pearl used to play, they don't run up and down. Them stats not off the chart. They play in a certain area and certain space. They understand spacing, and they understand how to play the game, how to position themselves, how to find their teammate, how to create situations which normal players can't. And even though I must say this heresy to compare Ravel with those players, Ravel have a certain skill set, people, which you can't teach. And I know some people, Ravel divides opinion because he doesn't help himself with his behavior historically throughout his career. But you need that composure on the field. You need somebody who don't feel pressure. And I dropped the video to show some people some of the skill sets. If you watch the video really carefully, and if you watch some of the touches, as I'm saying at Jamaica in this term, them not normal. Sometimes he makes play where his teammates don't even anticipate. But they're deceptive plays. Even the teammate get deceived because them can't read the player. I know that the coaching staff don't think Ravel physical stats marry up to the players who they bring in. But I would say if I'm going to compare Ravel to a Ellis, for example, who's now part of the national setup and who's been brought in because Lambert has been issued, I don't care how far Ellis run. I don't care how far he want to run. I don't care how hard he want to run. When Ravel is playing, even if he's half fit as Ellis, he won't give me more in terms of the substance of his game versus the physical aspect. So, look, the coaching staff made a decision. It's their decision. They have to live with the outcome. And I'm sure they looked at a lot of different areas in doing their evaluation, inclusive of the more physical element. But I don't agree with the decision. But obviously, I'm not the coach. I don't agree with the decision. I think Ravel should be in the squad. I think Ravel has attributes which you can't teach, which would help us. I watch us play as a team. Our midfield struggle to keep the ball. Struggle. Not just the defense in their forward. The midfield struggle to move the ball up the field, to get into space, to do the ball, to be on the half turn, to dismiss a man with a dropped shoulder or something. We can't do those things. Those things sometimes are not easy in football. Football is very methodical nowadays, very structured, very robotic. You need maverick sometimes. Play on words. You need somebody with some ingenuity and inventiveness to play. Buenas noches. Who am I speaking to? Hello?
Yes, good night, thank you, Wagwan.
Not much of all this.
And Dean Fraser, man.
Mr. Fraser, how you doing? What you have to say?
Bye. Disappointed with the Ravel situation, but we just go and live with it in a car. Me not understand how when Mr. Coley, what do you think of Mr. Coley, by the way, before Mr. Omega?
I don't have a view on him, because what people don't realize, his work has not been prominent enough to provide some view. People get comfortable and get excited because somebody have a pro license. But how does the pro license translate to the field? We don't have no evidence and no information to inform our view about how good he is. We know what he did at JC, but that's local schoolboy football.
All right. The next thing I will ask, when a head coach say when I say you have an assistant, what is his sole purpose of your assistant? What is some of the purpose of your assistant?
The first thing to assist you. You made the final decision. But no, Speed basically talked about some of the role of, say, Coley, for example. I think one of them was probably evaluate the opponent, right? So I'm sure they have a number of different roles. It could be involving evaluate individual players, evaluate. What it probably does is divide and conquer. You figure out what's the totality of the portfolio of work to be done. You break it into different components. You assign them. You then go out and do the most of the legwork, come back and provide that information to the group. They then assess the information and make informed decision based on it.
Okay. Because, all right, the reason why I want to know is because I remember when Mr. Coley was on the outside looking in, I heard him said that if he was the coach for the Reggae Boyz, he would never pick a team without a Ravel Morrison. So that's why I want to know. So why now you are on the inside now and you couldn't get Ravel to be a part of this team?
So maybe I should. So I was informed. Should I say this? So Ravel probably wasn't picked because he is not physically where the coaching staff want him to be. All right.
Okay.
So he's playing in a bush league. Let's be honest. Mm-hmm. He's playing, and he's
Well, Cranky, can stop it right there. Stop it right there. Ravel is playing in a bush league.
JPL bush league. JPL bush league.
Okay,
yes.
Okay.
But his running stats, I assume, are probably not as good as the people in the bush league. And look, the bush league. Let me just say this. So let's think about it this way. So he wasn't selected initially, right? When he was mainly, apart from one midfielder was selected, is Merrick versus say Ravel. So if Lambert left and they want to bring Ravel, when he's coming from the Middle East, can I lead? No, probably can't lead the Middle East, frankly. Even if he wanted to, he probably can't lead the Middle East.
But Cranky, all right. But we still not sure if Ravel is in the Middle East at this time. Maybe Ravel is in England.
That could be the case too. I don't know. I assume he's in the Middle East because he's playing there, but you're right. We don't know where he is. Right? We don't know where he is. We just don't. But he's 33 too, so he's not getting any younger. That was my favorite video I made to him. I don't think he'll play for Jamaica again.
If he not play now, he not gonna play again. I
did have a conversation. I had a long conversation last year with somebody from the JFF. A long conversation. And Ravel was part of the conversation. And I would say this, which is, I don't think, because the JFF one point was trying to get Ravel to come to Jamaica to play JPL, right? So he can't stay fit. Yes. And the arguments at the time. Yes, money was a problem for Ravel never come.
But then more players wasn't going to pay that money.
Right. But I mean, so they have made an attempt to try to get him into the national team. Figure out a way if we get him fit to come play, right? But Ravel is also a head case. That's a fact. So, and Ravel have to look out for him in future because in playing time run out. I'm not sure if Ravel making any plans for after football. So if I maximize him earning potential now. So he can't take no JPM money, which is monkey money. So he have to make him money. But at the end of the day, he's in the Middle East, capital flow over there, and I don't think they believe he's physically where he needs, given the opponent. Now, if we get to the World Cup, and Ravel playing on a certain level, I think they would probably, Ravel have to prove to them saying fit for them bring him in. I don't think that the coaching staff believe now they can take the risk to carry any player. Now, some of you will say, all right, Cranky, stop it, because I might bring Ellis, I might bring this person. I think those are convenient people, because sometimes, politics is in the selection, Politics in the selection, Okay, you know what I'm saying? Politics in there. Even for Rudolph, politics in there. We would have to tell you otherwise, but I tell you politics in there. You have to satisfy local audience sometimes. So people may beat him about whisper, and he probably believe that, you know what, up front, we can't take whisper in because we have to discipline him. Have to set the example. And I think that's what he's doing with whisper. I got to. I don't see how full I get him over whisper. I just don't see it. Even with the whisper now playing on football, yeah.
I can't, but is it right, the whisper thing now? Me see why in couldn't call whisper again, you know. Is if the man there they shut him out, whisper would get called now. But just feel to say because the man they never shut him out when whisper never select. Me feel that that's the problem now, but in now call whisper. Because the man they never shut him out, brother.
It's possible. I don't think that's it. I think they've made a decision about who they want. Look, Rudolph seemed to indicate quite a bit. It's a collective decision, and he's not being dictatorial. I know that word for speed, because I know speed not dictator, but he seemed to be inferring that it's a collective decision. Everything that they do is made as a team. That's what he seemed to be inferring. So if that's the case, and everything is done as a team, then the decision, not bringing in Whisper, bringing in Fuller, not bringing in Ravel, is made as a team.
Okay. So, finally, how much percent you think we will go into the World Cup?
It used to be 2. It went to 5. Now it's moved up to like 10 because we're bringing some players who are going to play a key role if they stay fit. So it went from 2 to 5 to 10. Because Rudolph did a good job recruiting. Never get everybody you want. Yeah, if we have gotten Keenan Davis, I would have put it up to 15.
Yeah, we can do a good job with the recruiting.
Yeah, if we had gotten Keenan Davis, which who he wanted, by the way, it'd go up to 15%. Because Keenan up on fire for Sassuolo. So
that's true.
You know, if we can get in the ball, we can do something with it.
Okay, thank you. So all right, so that's my
man. I appreciate the call, sir. Thanks.
Yeah, man, respect.
Yeah, I do believe somebody mentioned this in the chat that Ravel come to qualify. Yeah, we are advocate for Ravel. If him qualify, we're advocate for Ravel. We'll push for Ravel. We may not have no influence, but we still out push. Still out push Ravel. Still out push. Have to. Ravel is a like a genius footballer who's not a genius in everyday life, but he's a genius for the football field. And you have people that know a lot of discipline. If you see a genius pianist, and they just, no one uses the word ordinary, but they're just regular people. All right? Regular in the rest of part of life, but in a certain environment, given certain skill sets for certain discipline, they're excellent. That's me about Ravel. But then Ravel can keep, if you watch a video, people don't go watch a video about Ravel, because someone will see it already. But watch a video about Ravel. It's amazing, the conversation about Ravel. People say Ravel is the best player I've seen in training. Best player I've seen play football. And these are professionals are talking. Pogba, all of them are talking about how great Ravel was. And sometimes you see it, and sometimes you don't see it. I totally agree with you, Marvin. I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. I use the example of Messi, Pirlo, and Busquets for a reason. Because them man are up and down. You know? Go watch those three, especially Messi nowadays. The young Messi's are up and down. Messi only play offense now. Messi not even look on defense. He's going to go find the ball and come give me. Pirlo and Busquets don't know, but they don't run up and down. They want to look at space them play now and dictate the pace of the game. Can't get the ball from them. Cannot get it. Yeah, someone mentioned that Peter Mystic is saying Rico Henry and Lewis Baker would add value. No, especially Rico Henry, the way he's been playing. Because Rico is fully recovered from his ACL and he's been hot as hell. Watch him play against us. Watch him play against some of the better players. Ain't nobody beating Rico. Rico was locking down people. By the way, people, please get me up to 300 likes before we close the show down. Your job is to get me up to 300 likes, people. If you've been in the chat and not hit the like button, please do so. Greenwood and any 10. I don't care if Greenwood come. If we qualify, I don't care Greenwood. We don't want Greenwood come. That may sound crazy given how I was before, but I don't like nobody use me. Nobody use me. Yeah, Ravel should have been here. Ravel not get intimidated by footballer. Ravel is my best footballer on the pitch, and he normally is. Yes, we are watching with Alex Ferguson said my style. Yeah. Yeah, but if he's so about Gary, here's the thing, Gary. If he even if he drop 2 level, I'm still better than the people I'm play with. If him come, him not gonna be the worst player on the pitch. By far not. And he will be able to get us out of a tricky situation. I think if we had Ravel in the team for the World Cup qualifiers, we make the World Cup. Now, a lot of people don't believe that because the coach didn't select him, but I think so. Our middle was poor. We carry 2 midfielders got Gold Cup and Ravel available. Kind of nonsense that. 2 midfielders got Gold Cup. 2. Oh, I'm full man, I pick the team. The little man that we bring in, come coach a football team. I'm full man. Me have to give that crude and rude, frankly. A full man come coach a team. We don't know midfield and the man can't call a Ravel come play some midfield. Can Ravel come Saudi Arabia, or when the Middle East, or EAB, and come at St. Louis and give man 1 minute. Man fly about 10 hours. As a replacement calling now. So we call him for. Make JFS spend about $10,000 and I'll give the man a game. ADHD is something that is treatable. Yes, nowadays, when he might come through, it wasn't treatable. Yes, Jay-Z, that is true. That's true. I was a sucker. I came to Jamaica. I booked me ticket for June to go watch. Mason Green would say, no, me saw up on him. The Jamaica trip was enjoyable, so I can't complain, but saw up on him, man. Saw up on him. Yeah, he's always had issues. No, we agree. He wouldn't have come. It would have been tragic if he said he was going to come and get injured, don't it? And he's not an injury-prone player now, which is interesting. Man, can a couple of midfield like a mid cup? Well, they get the experience of flying to England. Those players never experienced probably flying out Jamaica, so they get experience of flying out England. Yeah, I remember that actually. Carry certain players for. Yeah, I don't know why they carried them anyway and gave them no game time. Yeah, he has played in Mexico. I think I did bring that up on the video today, actually. I did bring it up on the video. He did play in Mexico, both on the national team and for a club in Mexico. But we know Ravel played for both, almost every country. Playing at US, playing at Jamaica, playing at Mexico, playing at England, playing Italy, playing a lot of countries. He's a nomad. Yes, no, well, we're not over him because we're still in the World Cup qualifier, but he was a waste man. It does have to do with something. Playing in a country and a certain environment doesn't play. Maybe he's playing in Guadalajara pitch. Maybe he's played at a certain level. The game is at 10 o'clock Jamaica time, right? The first game. 11 o'clock US time. I was looking at the game time today. I couldn't believe it. Now, Mexico is Mexico hour or 2 ahead of Jamaica? Probably an hour ahead of Jamaica. And 2, depends on where in Mexico you are actually, but 2 ahead of, if you're the Tijuana, probably 3 hours. And 2 ahead of East Coast. And the game, when I looked at the game, it was 11 o'clock night. My bedtime, you know, people. I'm not at work, you know. 11 o'clock game. Behind Jamaica, so 10 o'clock Jamaica time, 9 o'clock Mexico time. I think the first game is playing at 6 o'clock. So there's a 5-hour difference between the first game and second game. I mean, we can call it a 3-hour difference because the game is done after 2 hours. Yeah. Well, at least you can't say I don't change my mind. At least you can't say I'm fixed in how I think. Right? Yes. After the Unity Cup, it was C percent in 10. Then after that's a C plus play. You know, we saw up on him, right? But yes, he was brilliant in the Unity Cup and played well before that. What you disagree with me, Upton? What are you disagreeing with me about? What you disagree with me about? So 11 o'clock game, people. Me I go sleep first, and I did, I'll catch some Z's before the game. We can't get on tired commentary from the game. The only great thing about the game is this. The game is on Fox 1, so my feed will not be behind the normal feed. He wasn't in what squad? Oh, okay. It's 11 o'clock game. The game is on Fox 1, actually. Both games on Fox 1. It's on Peacock also. But we're not watching on Peacock because we want Peacock too slow. So it's on Fox Sports 1. So I'll be watching that game live and satellite. So it should be quicker than because I hate when people talk about goal and I get the goal late. I'm not into that. So I don't watch certain events sometimes because on Paramount or Peacock it's after the fact. Do we know who Tanzivi's replacement is? Yeah, I mean, look, Peter, Ravel has his problems and his issues, and you hear him talk about certain things, but if I think about the midfield that we have, like, we could have sacrificed K-Roy Anderson for Ravel. We could have done that. We could have sacrificed Ellis for Ravel. We could have sacrificed Lambert for Ravel. We could. Because isn't America at 6? So we're saying Lambert was Hayden's replacement? Is that what we're saying? If that's what we're saying, then it's really understandable. Anyway, people, I've done my 2-hour show. I started at 8. It's now 10. I have this timeline set. I shouldn't do a show more than 2 hours. But it's been a very good night. By the way, before you leave, please hit the like button, people. People can't get me with 300 likes. Oh, no, mine's up the likes of people. Hit the like button, man. If you don't like the show, hit the like button. We will be doing show possibly every day this week up until Thursday at 11 p.m. We're not doing post show after the show because post show about 2 o'clock in the morning. We're not do that. And people don't want to talk about them thing there. If we win the New Caledonia game, if we do enough show up to the Congo game, because then it's going to get really hot. Really, really hot people. Can you imagine we beat New Caledonia, we prepare for Congo, everybody get boots up. I would have gone to the game if it was in the US or Canada, but we're not going to Mexico. Which is kind of sad, actually. Given the amount of Jamaicans we have in the US, we should be flooding the stadium to support the Reggae Boyz, but that not happen. If it was in New York, for example, or even Florida, or Washington, D.C., we'd have got the game. I don't know why they decide to play Mexico. Play off of Mexico. I don't know what FIFA come up with that. When so much gunman that Guadalajara. I don't even understand that. Even if it's a Congo and Jamaica have enough similar things, so we should be adjusted. I don't know what the rationale is. But it is what it is, people. It is what it is. Hopefully, we can put Caledonia early so we don't get nervous. And then we can all gear up for the big thing with Congo. We would think that Congo think about how we think about New Caledonia. Which is Jamaica. I want to look aside. We can just beat them up. We don't have to struggle. We beat up Nigeria, beat up Cameroon. We can beat up Jamaica. We come through the qualifiers. And we think that we can beat Caledonia easy. And then we believe we have reinforcement to help us get by Congo. So we'll see what happens. Starlight, the ungraded Ravel should be in the team. Yeah, Mexico, man. I know Star people get comfortable playing on Guadalajara right now. Playing place up. So what you get? All at night time, you do. I don't want to go with me if I hide people. I don't with them thing there. I don't want to hide thing. Yeah, kind of late though. If he's in the Middle East, you can't fly out anyway. What do you mean Bolivia qualified already? What does that mean? What do you mean Bolivia qualified? Isn't Bolivia playing the winner? When I take Iraq for you that side. That's what you do? Is that what you do now? Let's stay there. I think Suriname being a big coach. Yeah? Suriname bringing all them and them Clivert and big center forward is a name, bringing big coach. I don't have them up there. If they were playing, they have a chance. I don't know if they have a chance playing Bolivia and going to play against Iraq. Yeah, but if they ban Iran, we don't know what they're going to do. Some people say they ban Iran, they'll probably allow UAE to take their spot and then allow Iraq to still be in the playoffs. Or I don't know what they're gonna do. They didn't ban Iran. Iran said they still would play if they go to Mexico. They haven't figured that out yet. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting about that. Maybe I think in the World Cup this time they're gonna have stopping periods, aren't they? They're gonna have like 4 quarters, like basketball, where you get refreshments and try to recover. So I don't think it's gonna be where you're just playing 45 and 45 minutes. I think you gotta get refreshments to allow you to recover quicker because it's gonna be hot in the summer. And they probably implement it from the playoffs, I would assume. Minanga Guadalajara, I can't pay me for go. There's not enough money for me to go to Guadalajara. Anyway, people, I'm gonna say good night. First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming on. I truly appreciate you being here. You could have been anyplace else. Second, we're gonna try to do a show almost every time this week. As the caller previously said, who said this before? I can't remember his name. We need to be positive from now on till the qualifiers are over. So we're not gonna bring up any more. It may come in conversation, but we're not gonna talk about who is here from who is not here. We'll just focus on who is here. Good night, Jay. How you doing?
Yeah, Cranky, last caller for the night.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something about what Ravel brings to the table that people should realize is if you really like, you ever seen a movie called Rain Man?
Yeah, is that Dustin Hoffman?
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
like, and I'm not trying to be funny when I say this because we all know, you know what I'm saying? Like Ravel, I think he has a diagnosis, attention deficit or whatever, right?
Yep.
But that might hinder him in real life if he had an office job or whatever, right? But his puzzle solving skills and stuff like that is what's really his best attribute. Is like his mind is different to where he's looking at a situation and, you know, as far as like people trying to close him down or trying to find that past that people don't see. And that's what he brings to the table. And that's why you want him in the squad, because there might be a scenario in the game where he can, you know, take the pitch like he did in the Trinidad game, calm the game down, trying to close the game out. Or you trying to, you know what I mean?
Yes,
Do
I would agree with
certain things
that.
to manage the game.
Yes.
You want to be able to draw for somebody like him. So,
I totally agree with that.
yeah, you know. So I mean, that's where Speed is missing, you know, the point of bringing Ravel in the team. The other thing I wanted to bring up was, did you see Suriname got this striker now from thing there, Leeds, from the Premiership.
The striker from which striker is that?
That pretty big striker. I can't remember his name, but that's the new recruit that they got.
Okay.
If you look up their team on Transfer Market, you can see him. I forget his name right now, but yeah, it looked like, you know, they did their little bit of recruiting as well, and the odds for that match look like it's pretty much even. You know what I mean? Like I think Bolivia might be a slight favorite.
Oh, I didn't know that Suriname had a player from Leeds. I know they've been recruiting, but mainly in Holland.
Yeah. I mean, it's a dude from Holland, but I mean, he played for Leeds. But yeah, man. So I mean, everybody is trying to strengthen their squad. But the funny thing is, I'm looking for the odds. Like, I want to see what the Las Vegas odds are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, like, you know what I mean? Everybody got their own in their head what they think the odds are for the match.
Right.
I would assume Jamaica is going to be a pretty decent favorite for New Caledonia, but be interesting to see what the Vegas odds is for you know, if everything goes according to plan and we reach that final match, what the Vegas odds for Congo versus Jamaica.
That should be interesting, actually, to find that out.
Yeah.
I'm not a gambler, but I'd be curious to see if they have odds on the teams and what the odds entail. It's a tough game for Jamaica. It's a tough game. I know Jamaicans are overly optimistic about their teams all the time, but it's a tough game.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough game, man. I mean, my whole thing is just stay in the match as long as possible. I wouldn't mind seeing them go with a back three, you know, I would say Pinnock,
Amari Bell, and Latiba there. I think that would be a back three that would probably frustrate them. You know, kind of.
Yeah,
similar
I don't
to
think
the
we're
US
playing a back
match.
three though. I think we're gonna build 4-3-3 because I think we want to have certain people in the middle of the park. If you go 3-5-2, or if you go 3-4-3, it becomes more challenging. So then you have to play two defenders on the wing back. So then you have two people in the middle of the park. So you're gonna have Hayden and somebody else and Brooks. Then you can't bring in a Bailey in the middle. You gotta play him out wide. You're gonna have one less person up front. I don't think we want to do that.
But you don't think? I think in the first match, yeah, just go, you know, be on the front foot to try to put that away and demoralize them, you know, early. But I think in the second match, they might have to look at that strategy, and because this team is like a Canada or US kind of, you know what I mean? Like you have to respect the firepower. So,
Well, if it's like a Canada or US, well, more. If it's like a US, we can just go home then. If it's like Canada, we
yeah,
probably have a chance. Because
probably
Canada,
more like a Canada.
Canada will more acquiesce, frankly, and collapse. But if it's like a US, we can go home.
Yeah, I'll probably say more like a Canada. If you look at their values, they're probably similar. I think they're similar to Canada's level as far as they, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
value as a team. But we'll see what happens, man. I mean, you know, it's good that we got Brooks. My thing I think people kind of overlooking still is that number 8 position. I think it's not a good idea to put people like Casey Palmer in a number 8. Like that number 8 situation, kind of similar to like how I was with before we got Isaac Hayden. It was a big problem, and we've kind of been doing a makeshift thing at the 8 position. I feel like just go ahead and put Brooks there because we already got so much coverage on the wings. I know he's playing there for his team now, but for the majority of his career, like when he's in the Premier League and stuff like that, he was playing as a midfielder, you know, usually as a
He's going to play the 8. He's playing right wing now, and he's going to play the 8.
Yeah,
they don't have another 8 to put in there to run our game.
We don't have nobody that's adequate there. You can't put. I don't trust Casey Palmer. Casey Palmer needs to stay close to the goal, you know, because then you're gonna have a situation like in the Gold Cup where, remember that play that he choked against Ting there, Panama. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where he gave up that turnover. So keep Casey Palmer as a cam. You know what I mean? Brooks is a CM. You know what I'm saying? It would have been smart to bring Ravel because, you know, you could play him there as well. But you know, we'll see what happens. We got a shot. Let's check in on the Vegas odds though, because those are the people that really study the odds. When it dropped, I'm interested to see, you know, what that really is gonna be. You know, because those people, they do it for a living. You know what I mean?
All right, Jay. Appreciate the call, sir.
All right, Cranky. Bless you.
All right, bless. Have a good night. All right, everyone. I'm signing out. Thanks for being here. Hit the like button before you leave. I appreciate you being here, and have a wonderful evening. We'll be here all week talking Reggae Boyz football. As I mentioned before, we'll move on from the Whisper Ravel non-inclusion and focus on strategy, team, squad, what we expect. Maybe what we'll do is talk about each of the different areas in the next video. Maybe go with defense and talk about defense, and then next day talk about offense, which will take us to Wednesday. And then, well, maybe Wednesday we'll talk about picking the team. Who's going to be in the squad? Who's going to be in the team? And what our expectations are, at least for New Caledonia. And then we get more conversation in. If we get by New Caledonia, that's what we'll do against Congo. So stay tuned for the rest of the week on Reggae Boyz football. You come to this channel, we're going to be having a conversation. And I appreciate you being here. Before you leave, hit the like button, subscribe, and have a wonderful evening. This is the Cranks, man. And you're the Cranky Nation. Peace out. Bless up.